You think you love too much, but here's the truth. You love fast because you're scared. Scared of losing someone before you even have them, and it destroys you without you noticing. The scene repeats itself. You meet someone new, you give everything within days, and then you spend weeks wondering why you always get left behind. You say it's a big heart, but it's not. It's panic. Panic of reliving the first time someone made you feel invisible. Look at the pattern. You run before the other person even takes a step. You open your soul before they even say their full name. And then you hurt as if you lived an entire relationship in 3 dates. No one tells you this, but people who give themselves too quickly aren't loving. They're trying to prove they're worth staying for. And that pushes away anyone who's emotionally healthy. Now breathe. Look inside with brutal honesty. Why do you love like you're begging not to be thrown away? And what are you trying to make up for that no one ever noticed? You don't fall fast because you're intense. You fall fast because you're always on alert. Your body reacts as if every new person is your only chance. That's not romance, and it's emotional survival. It's fear running your love life, and you never realized it clearly. Jung said repeated wounds turn into automatic patterns. That's exactly what happens to you. You act without thinking, repeat without noticing, attach without evaluating, and then blame yourself for the pain. This is the abandonment complex. It's not being dramatic. It's not being needy. It's an old wound controlling your relationships. A younger version of you whispering, "Don't leave me," and you obey without noticing. You feel this in your body. Anxiety that hits out of nowhere. The urge to please. Fear when someone takes too long to reply. Affection that actually hides desperation. It's your wound speaking before your mind. And it doesn't matter how many times you say, "This time will be different." You've said that before, many times. Different faces, different voices, different promises. Same ending, same emptiness. The pattern is obvious. You give before receiving. You accept before questioning. You adapt before being seen. But it's fear. You want to be chosen, to matter, to be someone's priority, but you try to earn that by giving too much. And people who give too much too soon don't create connection. They create imbalance. And here's the cruel part. The harder you try to keep someone, the faster they leave. The more you prove yourself, the more invisible you become. The more you chase, the further they run. You call it bad luck. But it's a psychological cycle. But here's something you've never realized. You don't need someone to complete you. You need someone who doesn't activate your trauma. And that changes everything. Because the problem was never love. It was emotional survival. Now breathe deeply. Because the real pain is not the person who left. It's the version of you that keeps begging for crumbs. And that version is asking to be seen. Finally seen by you. You think you fall fast because you feel deeply, but that's an illusion. You don't feel too much. You feel too quickly. And you mistake that for depth. When in reality, it's emotional urgency. Urgency to avoid an old wound. You call it connection, but connection doesn't form like that. Not in hours, not in a few conversations, not through scattered glances. That's loneliness dressed as destiny. The illusion is seductive. You project the best. Imagine a future. Build intimacy on your own. Turn attention into a promise. And then blame yourself for believing. You think that person is special, but you don't actually know them. You only know the version you created. The version that saves you. The version that fills the void. The version that never existed. The problem isn't love. It's fantasy. It's expectations born in the dark. It's hope built on crumbs. It's the story you tell yourself to avoid feeling alone. And that story traps you. You think they chose you, but they didn't. You offered yourself. You opened doors that shouldn't be opened. You gave access with no filter and called it devotion. The illusion makes you ignore red flags, makes you accept too little, makes you tolerate disrespect, makes you excuse absence, makes you romanticize neglect, and then leaves you shattered. You chase something that isn't real. You chase someone who was never as invested as you imagined. You chase promises only you heard. You chase validation, and you call it love. It's not. Here's the hard truth. You weren't rejected. You were awakened. God removed the mask from what you created. He showed you what it really was, and it wasn't love. Now sit in this silence for a moment. Feel the weight of this revelation, because the illusion has fallen. And when illusion falls, the story changes. You change. If this truth touched the part of you no one sees, Stay here. This channel is for women who love fast, feel deeply, and always thought they were too much. Here you'll understand your pain and understand what God has been trying to show you through it. If this spoke to you, click the button right now and subscribe. You don't have to walk through this healing alone. You spent your whole life thinking you had to understand everything, every gesture, every silence, every person who came and left, as if love were an equation and you were responsible for solving it. But God sees you differently. He doesn't expect you to understand, He expects you to trust, because people who try to control everything never find rest. And you've been exhausted for years. Exhausted from trying to predict abandonment. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. This verse isn't about blind faith. It's about emotional rest, about releasing the weight you were never meant to carry. Love is not a test, and you are not on trial. You never realized it, but every time you fall fast, you're trying to create safety, trying to prevent something bad from happening, trying not to feel what you felt as a child, trying to control the future with trembling hands. But God didn't call you to survive. He called you to breathe, and this changes everything. What you call intensity is not your personality. It's fear, and fear is not a guide. Fear is a cage, and God came to open it. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your paths. Directing means straightening what's crooked. Your crooked path is this: loving so you won't be left, giving so you won't be forgotten, offering yourself so you won't be discarded. And God is straightening that right now. God doesn't want you to love less. He wants you to love right, to love with clarity, to love with boundaries, to love without losing yourself. Because losing yourself for love isn't devotion, it's fear. Here's the beauty in all this. God isn't telling you to stop loving. He's saying, I'm with you while you learn how to love. He doesn't demand perfection. He asks for presence, for real surrender, not desperate surrender. Surrender with awareness. You always thought being alone was punishment, but sometimes being alone is protection. Protection from love that would break you even deeper. Protection from patterns you'd call destiny. Protection from versions of you that no longer exist. Divine protection disguised as silence. And if you look closely, you'll notice God never took love from you. He took you out of situations you called love. He pulled you out of cycles that kept you stuck. He removed you from people who fed your wound. And that is already healing. Now stay quiet for a moment. Listen to that whisper inside you. It's not abandonment. It's alignment. It's direction. It's God. If this revelation spoke to you, subscribe to the channel now and write in the comments, I'm understanding my story. It helps you anchor what God is showing you and helps others wake up too. The first thing you need to do is simple but powerful. Stop running first. You run because you fear silence. But silence isn't a threat. Silence is a filter. It's where truth shows up, and that changes everything. Today, you're taking a different step. Don't answer impulsively. Don't over-explain yourself. Don't try to prove connection. Breathe before you act. That breath is already healing. When someone new enters your life, observe. See if they show effort, not just words. See if they give, not only take. See if they build, not consume. See if they respect your pace. Observation is protection. You never did this because you feared losing someone good. But someone good doesn't vanish. Someone real stays. Someone with intention shows up. Someone who wants to be present doesn't fear boundaries. That reveals a lot. Now the practical part. Don't give your heart in 24 hours. It sounds obvious, but for you it isn't. For you, connection became urgency, and urgency became habit. Now you're breaking this habit, and you'll feel the difference. Start with a simple rule. If someone interests you, wait to observe 3 behaviors: how they speak to you, how they respect you, how they react to your silence. That reveals character, because someone who disappears at the first boundary already gave you the answer. Someone who pressures you early on too. Someone who wants too much without knowing you hide something. Someone who doesn't respect your pace will hurt your heart. And someone who runs when you don't surrender fast and was never here for love. Now bring God into this practice. Before giving yourself, say a short prayer. Something like, Lord, show me who this person really is. It opens your eyes. It calms your chest. It changes your choices. And what follows is almost immediate. You start seeing beyond loneliness. You start noticing intentions. You start recognizing patterns. You start protecting what you used to give away without thinking, and that protection is maturity. Today's exercise is this: observe, breathe, pray, wait, and only then give, if it makes sense. Now keep this sentence inside you. If I have to run to keep someone, they were never mine. God doesn't ask for speed, He asks for discernment. And discernment changes destinies, including yours. Now, because what comes next is the part that actually changes your life. Come back to me. Pay attention, for real. The second action that will transform your relationships is this: stop abandoning yourself to be chosen. You've done this for years. You shrink, you bend, you mold yourself, and you call it love. Here's the hard truth. Every time you abandon yourself, the other person learns they can do the same. They learn your pain is negotiable, your boundaries are flexible, your worth is adjustable, and that destroys you inside. Today, you do the opposite. You practice self-presence. You learn what you feel before asking what the other person feels. You acknowledge what hurts you before justifying them. You listen to yourself before giving yourself away. That's emotional maturity. Start with something simple. When something bothers you, don't swallow it. Feel it. Name it. Admit it to yourself, and then decide whether that connection deserves your peace. Because you always feel when something is off. Your body speaks. Your chest tightens. Your stomach knots. Your breathing shifts. And still, you push through. But not now. Now you honor those signals. They're nudges from the spirit. Subtle warnings. Small pushes from God saying, "Don't go there." That's protection. The practice today is straightforward. Stop justifying what hurts you. If they disappear, that's an answer. If they avoid conversation, that's an answer. If they never prioritize you, that's an answer. If they confuse you, that's an answer. And you don't have to chase what's already clear. Now bring God into this. Pray, "Lord, teach me not to lose myself for anyone." Ask for strength to hold your boundaries. Ask for courage not to accept less than you deserve. Ask for clarity to see truth early. He answers. And when you practice this, something powerful happens. Your energy shifts, your posture shifts, your pattern shifts, and God starts removing everything that doesn't match your healing. You don't lose. You're protected. Keep this close. Any love that requires you to abandon yourself never came from God. The love He sends gives you back to yourself. And that's what He's beginning right now, right here, in you, and for you. Se estiver tudo certo, sigo para o capítulo 7, o fecho, redenção e síntese. Blais, CTA final completa. Você disse, ok. O chat GPT disse, perfeito. Agora eu encerro o roteiro com o capítulo 7, o fecho, redenção e síntese. Blais a CTA final obrigatória, em português e inglês. Exatamente lembrando a estrutura do capítulo 7. 10 parágrafos. 6 frases cada tom sereno. Curativo, redentor. Frase circular que retoma o início. Síntese emocional. Sensação de fechamento espiritual. Atmosfera de paz e reencontro consigo mesma. Aqui está. Capítulo 7. O fecho, PT. Você lembra como tudo começou? A pressa, o medo, a dor que te fazia correr antes de pensar, o vazio que ditava seus movimentos, e o quanto isso te machucava. Mas agora algo mudou. Você não está mais reagindo automaticamente, não está mais se entregando para não perder, não está mais mendigando sinais de amor, não está mais vivendo na ansiedade do abandono. Sua alma está voltando para o lugar. E sabe o mais bonito? Você não perdeu a sua capacidade de amar. Você só tirou o amor do modo desespero e colocou no modo consciência. Isso não te endureceu, te fortaleceu. O que antes era urgência virou calma. O que antes era carência virou clareza. O que antes era fantasia virou discernimento. O que antes era dor virou direção. Você começa a enxergar o valor que sempre teve, mesmo quando ninguém viu. E quando você se trata com respeito, algo acontece no céu. Deus alinha caminhos. Ele tira o que te fere. Ele traz o que te cura. Ele reorganiza o que você desorganizou tentando sobreviver. Ele te conduz de volta para você. Cheer-se aos poucos. Você percebe a verdade simples. Você não precisava correr. Não precisava implorar. Não precisava provar valor. Não precisava ser escolhida por ninguém para se sentir inteira. Você só precisava se escolher primeiro. O amor que você buscava lá fora nunca foi sobre outra pessoa. Era sobre a sua história não resolvida, sobre a criança que pedia colo, sobre a alma que pedia descanso, sobre o coração que pedia direção. E agora, você tinha medo do silêncio. Hoje, o silêncio te guia. Você tinha medo da espera. Hoje, a espera te protege. Você tinha medo da solidão. Hoje, ela é o espaço onde Deus te cura. E olha como a vida é. O que você chamava de fracasso era processo. O que você chamava de rejeição era redirecionamento. O que você chamava de abandono era intervenção divina. O que você chamava de não sou suficiente era mentira aprendida. E Deus está desfazendo cada uma por uma. Agora respira fundo. Sente a paz entrando, porque finalmente você entendeu. O amor não te destruiu. O medo te destruiu. E Deus te libertou dele. E essa frase você vai carregar com você. Você tinha 7 anos. Agora entende que nunca foi culpa sua. Chapter 7. The Closing N. You remember how it all started. The rushing, the fear, the pain that made you run before thinking, the emptiness driving every choice, and how deeply it hurt you. But something has shifted now. You're no longer reacting on autopilot, no longer giving yourself to avoid being left, no longer begging for love in subtle ways, no longer living in abandonment anxiety. Your soul is returning home. And here's the beautiful part. You didn't lose your ability to love. You simply removed love from desperation mode and placed it in awareness mode. It didn't harden you. It strengthened you. What used to be urgency became calm. What used to be craving became clarity. What used to be fantasy became discernment. What used to be pain became direction. You're seeing the worth you always had, even when no one noticed. And when you treat yourself with respect, heaven moves. God aligns paths. He removes what harms. He brings what heals. He reorganizes what you disorganized trying to survive. He leads you back to yourself. And slowly, you realize the simple truth. You didn't need to run, didn't need to beg, didn't need to prove worth, didn't need someone choosing you to feel whole. You just needed to choose yourself first. The love you were searching for outside was never about someone else. It was about your unresolved story. The child inside asking for safety, the soul asking for rest, the heart asking for direction. And now, it found it. You feared silence. Now silence guides you. You feared waiting. Now waiting protects you. You feared being alone. Now solitude is where God heals you. And look how life works. What you called failure was formation. What you called rejection was redirection. What you called abandonment was divine intervention. What you called not enough was a learned lie. And God is undoing every one of them, one by one. Now breathe deeply. Feel the peace settling in. Because you finally understand love didn't break you. Fear did. And God freed you from it. And this is the sentence you carry forward. You were 7 years old, and now you understand it was never your fault. If this message spoke to you, subscribe to our channel. Here, every story reveals why you hurt and what God is trying to teach you through it. Psychology to understand yourself, spirituality to understand the why behind your pain. And for you who stayed until the end, write in the comments, I'm ready to love right. May God honor everyone who declares this.